1954. A kitchen in Indiana, Tuesday morning. A woman stands at the sink with her back to the window. She is 46 years old. She cracks an egg into a small bowl, separates the yolk with her fingers, and works it through her hair. She has done this every 3 weeks since she was 19. Her daughter watches from the doorway. No instruction is given. None is needed. Her skin is clear. Not the clear of someone who has never had a problem. The clear of someone who has been eating correctly for 30 years without knowing that is what she was doing. The kitchen was her pharmacy. It was also her beauty counter. The same ingredients that went into breakfast went onto her face and into her hair, because the line between nourishment and care did not exist yet. That line was drawn later by an industry that needed both sides of it to become separate purchases. These are the kitchen foods women of the 1950s ate and used for flawless skin. Every one of them worked. Most of them disappeared. Let us get into it. Number 1. Raw honey. Every kitchen in 1950 had a jar of raw honey on the shelf. It went into tea, into baking, into the warm water women drank first thing in the morning. Some women spread it directly on their face, left it 10 minutes, and rinsed it off. Both uses, eaten and applied, were working on the same problem from different directions. Raw honey is antibacterial. The hydrogen peroxide it produces naturally inhibits the bacteria responsible for most forms of acne. This is not traditional medicine. This is chemistry that has been confirmed in peer-reviewed research multiple times since the 1970s. A 2011 study in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Biomedicine documented honey's antibacterial activity against a range of skin pathogens, including the strains most associated with acne and folliculitis. Honey also contains enzymes that accelerate skin cell turnover and antioxidants that reduce the oxidative damage responsible for fine lines and uneven tone. When eaten regularly, its low glycemic impact relative to refined sugar means it does not produce the insulin spikes that drive sebum overproduction and acne. The women who put honey on their face and stirred it into their morning water were not following a skincare routine. They were using what was in the kitchen. Raw honey cost 15 cents a jar in 1952. A medical-grade honey skincare product now costs $45 for 1 ounce. Number 2. Apple cider vinegar. The bottle of Heinz apple cider vinegar sat next to the stove in virtually every American kitchen in the 1940s and 1950s. It went into salad dressings, into the pickling brine, into the pot of collard greens. Women also diluted a tablespoon in warm water and drank it before meals. Some used it as a skin toner, diluted in water on a cotton pad after washing their face. Both uses addressed the same underlying mechanism. The skin surface has a natural pH of between 4 and 5, mildly acidic. Most commercial cleansers and hard tap water are alkaline, consistently pushing skin pH upward and disrupting the acid mantle that protects against bacteria and moisture loss. Apple cider vinegar, at a pH of roughly 3, restores that balance when applied in dilution. When consumed before meals, acetic acid slows the rate at which glucose enters the bloodstream. Lower post-meal blood sugar means lower insulin. Lower insulin means reduced sebum production and less hormonal activity at the skin level. A study published in 2004 in Diabetes Care confirmed the blood sugar moderating effect of vinegar consumed before high-carbohydrate meals. Women in 1952 did not know any of this. They knew that the toner made their skin feel smoother and that the morning drink made them feel better. The mechanism was not understood. The result was, a bottle of apple cider vinegar cost 23 cents in 1954. The skincare toner industry built around its active compound is now worth over $1 billion. Number 3. EGG yolk. The egg yolk appeared again here because it was used 2 ways in the 1940s and the 1950s kitchen. It was eaten every morning, and it was applied directly to the skin and hair several times a year as a treatment. Beaten into a small amount of honey or used alone, the yolk was worked into the face and left for 15 minutes before rinsing with cool water. Women did not call it a mask. They called it something their mother showed them. Applied topically, the yolk delivers anti-inflammatory, a phospholipid that acts as an emulsifier and penetrates the upper layers of the skin, temporarily improving moisture retention and surface smoothness. It delivers retinol in a form the skin can absorb directly. And it delivers sulfur compounds that support the structural proteins of the skin in the same way they support the structural proteins of hair. Eaten daily, the yolk delivers these compounds systemically. The fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K reach the skin through the bloodstream and regulate cell turnover, sebum production, and the inflammatory responses that determine whether breakouts develop and how quickly they resolve. The women using egg yolk on their face and eating it for breakfast were working on their skin from both sides simultaneously. The beauty industry eventually developed separate product lines for each approach. Retinol serums for topical application, vitamin A supplements for internal support. Both sold at prices that have no relationship to the cost of an egg. Number 4. Oats. A pot of oats, cooked on the stove every morning in most American homes through the 1950s. Steel cut or rolled, soaked overnight or cooked fresh, served with whole milk and a drizzle of molasses. It was breakfast, and it was unremarkable. What oats contain that matters for skin is a compound called avenanthramides, a group of antioxidants found only in oats, with documented anti-inflammatory and antipruritic properties. They reduce the skin's inflammatory response to irritants and allergens. This is why colloidal oatmeal has been used in dermatology for decades, and why it is the active ingredient in most prescription-grade eczema treatments. Oats also contain beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that slows glucose absorption and reduces insulin spikes after a meal, producing the same result as vinegar: lower sebum production and less hormonal interference with skin clarity. They also contain zinc at meaningful levels relative to a serving size. Zinc is essential for skin repair, regulates the activity of oil glands, and is deficient in the majority of women with persistent acne, according to multiple clinical studies. Women who ate oatmeal every morning were receiving all three of these benefits simultaneously, in a food that cost only cents per serving. The colloidal oatmeal skincare market is now valued at over $2 billion. The ingredient is the same, the packaging changed. Number 5. Bone broth. It appears again here because its relevance to skin is distinct from its relevance to hair, and it is worth understanding separately. The stock pot sat on the back of the stove in most 1950s kitchens from Sunday to Friday. It was the base of everything: soups, gravies, rice, sauces. Women ate gelatin-rich broth at almost every meal without accounting for it as anything other than the liquid their food was cooked in. Gelatin breaks down in the body into glycine and proline. These are two of the three structural amino acids that collagen is built from. Collagen is the primary protein of the dermis, the deep layer of skin beneath the surface. It provides structure, elasticity, and the resistance to mechanical stress that keeps skin from wrinkling under expression and movement. Collagen production begins declining in most women in their mid-20s. The rate of decline depends substantially on how much glycine and proline the body has available to work with. A woman eating broth-based food at most meals was consistently supplying both. Her skin at 50 had more structural support than the skin of a woman eating the same number of calories from boneless processed foods with no connective tissue protein. The global collagen supplement market is worth $9 billion. It became that large because the stock pot disappeared. Women now buy in sachets what their grandmothers got from Sunday's leftover bones. Number 6. Lemon juice. A lemon on the kitchen windowsill in 1955. Half squeezed into warm water first thing in the morning. The other half used in cooking. Some women squeezed a few drops directly onto dark spots on their skin and left it in the sun for 10 minutes. They had been doing this since the 1930s. It worked then. The chemistry has not changed. Citric acid is an alpha hydroxy acid. It loosens the bonds between dead skin cells on the surface, accelerating their removal and revealing the clearer skin beneath. This is the same mechanism used by the clinical chemical peels now sold in dermatology offices for several $100s per session. When consumed in warm water on an empty stomach, the vitamin C in fresh lemon juice reaches peak absorption and goes directly to work as a cofactor in collagen synthesis. Vitamin C is not optional for collagen production. The body cannot make collagen without it, and the body does not store vitamin C, which means it must be supplied consistently, every day, for collagen production to continue uninterrupted. A lemon cost a nickel in 1955. The vitamin C serum market, built on the same chemistry applied in a bottle, is now worth over $3 billion. 6 kitchen foods. Every one of them did double duty, eaten for one reason, used for another, and working on skin from the inside and the outside at the same time. Raw honey for antibacterial action and antioxidants. Apple cider vinegar for pH balance and blood sugar. Egg yolk for retinol and structural proteins. Oats for anti-inflammatory compounds and zinc. Bone broth for collagen building blocks. Lemon juice for vitamin C and surface renewal. None of them required a brand name. None of them required a label. The kitchen was the pharmacy, and the pharmacy was stocked with things that cost cents and lasted weeks. Pick one. Add it to your morning this week. The results these women got were not from any single food used once. They were from the accumulation of small, consistent habits repeated daily for years.